Designer Scents just won't do it for you if they just don't cut the mustard. These are my top 10 fragrances from the niche and indie realm that I will be wearing this spring. Fragrances that if you haven't smelled, you should definitely check out. And at the end of the video, I'll tell you a great place to check out most of these. This video is not sponsored by them. I just always suggest them because that's where I buy from and that's where I go to. Anyway, top 10 spring niche. Stay tuned. How's it going, everybody? My name is Joshua, as always, and this is your channel, Scentsense. To all the new people who are checking out the channel for the very first time, I welcome you with open arms, just like Steve Perry. Open arms. And to all you fine folks who continue to come back each and every time, to you fine folks, thank you so much. Jumping right into it, at number 10 is a fragrance from a store that I always buy from. I will give you the information on them later on in the video, but this is a fragrance from their private line, a fragrance that they've made themselves. From the nose of Near Guy, we are given Laima from Perfumology. From what I understand, this was a love letter to his childhood, a love letter to walking through the garden of his grandmother's garden and smelling this. There's some herbaceousness to it. There's a great floral and just bright, just life to this fragrance. This is something that is going to make you feel just loved. I mean, it's gonna make you feel like someone is just hugging you. It doesn't smell like an old lady. That's, I know, an ultimate thought, like man's grandmother in a garden with her. Man, old lady, floral old lady. But it's not. This is a super clean, fresh, earthy, floral, fruity fragrance. It's just got everything. I mean, everything you can think of that a garden would give you right here. This is without a doubt one of those fragrances that I think is very unisex and more feminine leaning. This is something, like I said before in other videos, you could pack together, you and your significant other, whether they're a male or female. It wouldn't matter. I think this can work. I mean, male and male, male and female, female and female. Maybe you're a polygamist. I don't know, but this will work. This is something that I think should be smelled by more people, and the quality and the pricing, can't beat it. From the house of Perfumology at number 10, Laima. At number 9 is a fragrance from a house that is one of those really cool fragrance houses that has like a story behind it. Their fragrances are based off of photography, and this one is one of the more original fragrances from the line. It's one of the very first few that were released. Anyway, from the house of Olfactive Studios, Still Life. There's another fragrance that's kind of like this one. It's kind of a flanker. It's called Still Life in Rio. That one is more fruity. That one's more like by the beach, partier kind of scent. This is just very basic. There's no other way to say it. This one has kind of a slightly peppery kind of vibe to it, to my nose. It is a very linear, clean fragrance. Kind of reminds me of Givenchy Play Sport. This is something that I wear when I just can't decide and I just want to smell clean. I don't want to have something that's going to draw a whole bunch of attention. Now, I don't want to sit there and explain what I'm wearing to people and they're asking, oh man, what is that? It smells good, blah, blah, blah. Sometimes I just want to smell good for me and relaxed. And this one really gets that job done. At number 9 from Olfactive Studios, Still Life. This one is usually higher on most people's list, especially for spring. And I felt like I couldn't disrespect it by not having it on the list, but I figured I'd get it out of the way early because I like it, but I'm not that level. I'm not Ashton level on this fragrance. From the house of Creed, we have Green Irish Tweed. It's an older bottle. It's got like the felt right here. This is Irish spring, green, fields of clover, earthy, just really good stuff. This is often compared to fragrances like, I think there's Aspen, there's Cool Water, different ones like that people say smells like what this is supposed to be. This is like high quality, man. This is the stuff if that's what you're looking for. If you're looking for that green, earthy, soapy kind of clean fragrance, that's what this does. And this is more of a gentlemanly fragrance than most of the other ones I've mentioned. Aspen's not bad, but it's $10. It could be had at Walmart. So clearly, it's not gonna be as good as this one. But this It's without a doubt on everybody else's spring list. This one's just really, really good. From the house of Creed, Green Irish Tweed. Number 7 is a fragrance that is often on lists as well, and that's why I'm getting it out of the way. I will be wearing it because it is my favorite blueberry fragrance, and a lot of people love this one when it comes to the months of spring and just overall. From the house of Bond number 9, we have Bond number 9's Bleeker Street. This one has, like I said, a wonderful berry note, and this is something that everybody who smells it likes it, and it's just got this unique smell to it. There's been people who've made fragrances that smell kind of close to it, but this one is really good. I don't have a cap. I didn't have a cap, and I've gone through 3 bottles of Scentsense, so I've got a Scentsense cap, and I put it on there, and I feel like it kind of goes with it. It's not terrible, but at the end of the day, this is one that you're gonna wear if you like berry notes, and this is one you're gonna wear that's gonna kind of set you apart, kind of make you smell a little different than the average Joe, but it's kind of synthetic leaning compared to most niche fragrances. So for most people who is really into niche, this one's kind of a turnoff. From the house of Bond number 9, Bond number 9's Bleeker Street. At number 6 is the first of the fig fragrances to make this list, and this one is the very first one that I smelled and thought this is as organic and natural as they come. This fragrance house I find is vastly overlooked, and I love them. They just released a new one that I definitely want to get my nose on. From the house of Carner Barcelona, this fragrance is Fig Man. The bottle is just beautiful. It's got a real solid wood cap. As you can see, it is not plastic. And this one really has a natural smelling fig note. This is a fresh fig pulled from the branch, moist, juicy, squeezed. This has got that earthiness, that herbaceousness to it, but it still has the sweetness and the moisture, the juiciness of a fig. This is a fig in the morning dew. This is just real stuff. If you're looking for a fig-based fragrance that's just really fig-centric and you enjoy the note of fig, check this one out. From the house of Carner Barcelona, Fig Man. At number 5 is a fragrance that I'm just now getting my nose on. I have had it for a little while, but I've been spending more time with it. This one is a lot like Fig Man, except this one is a little brighter, less earthy, and this one just really, really works. And it's got the name of fig in it as well. From the house of Wilhelm Perfumery, Purple Fig. The most popular fragrance from this brand is called Morning Chess. It smells a lot like Creed's Aventus, so I didn't want to go that way. I decided to jump with this one, but this bottle, I mean, look at the attention to detail that they put into this. Look at the bottom of it with the nice logo on the bottom. The cap, it's magnetic, so you can hold it from the cap. It's just a beautiful bottle. It smells, the best way I can describe it is just a lot juicier and a lot brighter than Fig Man. This is just more of a sweeter version. It is still very natural smelling. It is still very much got the earthiness of most fig fragrances that are really natural, but this one is just brighter. This one's a little brighter than Fig Man, so they're not a whole lot different from each other. This is just a more brighter one. So this is one that I probably would wear in the higher heat and around people because, you know, they might not be as appreciative of Fig Man, but this one is a lot sweeter. This is something that my wife can wear and I think would smell super sexy on her. Anyway, from the house of Wilhelm Perfumery, we have Purple Fig. At number 4 is a fragrance that I recently picked up that I think is probably one of the best, if not top 3 best blue fragrances from the niche world. This is something that is kind of like Roger's Elysium, where it's kind of a entry-level fragrance, something that people who are, you know, more on the side of designer fragrances, this is more of a welcome, check this one out. If you like designers, here's one that smells a lot like a designer, but at a much better, much high quality version of it. From the house of Precious Liquid, we have Blue Agave. Now, the only thing I don't really care for on the bottle is that the name Blue Agave is on a sticker, which means they have a bunch of stock bottles and they just smack a sticker on based off the fragrance, which is not a big deal, but mine's kind of off-centered, and I understand it's a production bottle, but I really do like the aesthetic of the bottle. It's like most, you know, stock bottles where it's square, but this one has the rounded corner, so I really do like that. The cap is not like a piece of crap. It's got the hard plastic on the inside, so it's not just like one of those shell caps that you can just squeeze and bend. This is really, really good. This is a fresh, sharp, strong, punch you in the face blue fragrance that has a little bit of a fruity ambiance to it. This is like Roge's Elysium, just stronger. This is like, if you had a designer blue fragrance that would last all day. This is gonna be something that's gonna last and last and last, project, and it smells just better. It doesn't smell better. It doesn't smell better as in like I would choose it over another one. It smells better as in like if you were to get something that's like Jif peanut butter and then Great Value peanut butter. When you eat the Jif peanut butter, it tastes like the ingredients are much more quality driven. And that's what I get from this. This is the real stuff when it comes to blue fragrances in the world of niche. This is easily going to be something that I wear often, and I'm definitely going to wear it in the summer months too. I do have a coupon code for this. It'll be linked in the description below if you want to go check it out. If you want to get the samples, you can definitely do that too. This is without a doubt a house that everyone needs to check into. That is Precious Liquids Blue Agave. At number 3 is one of my favorite niche perfume fragrance, cologne, whatever you want to call it, purchases that I've ever made. This one I bought from Perfumology. This one right here is easily the best release from this brand. It's not Pacific Rock Moss or Pacific Coin Toss or whatever you want to call it, the one that everybody just jumped on the hype train. That one is not the ticket. It did bring us notification of the brand, so that's good, but this one is easily the best fragrance. From the house of Goldfield and Banks, we have Bohemian Lime. I don't know why, but a lot of people say that this smells like Creed's Aventus. This is going to be my toes in the sand fragrance. This is my sit outside by the pool fragrance. This is awesome. And everyone I've worn this around has said, this is fantastic. This is one of those fragrances that does this, but it's also sexy at the same time. Most of the time when a fragrance is more like tropical leaning or more like summertime leaning, it's good, but it's not sexy. This keeps the sexiness alive in it, and this is just really amazing juice. The name says it all, Bohemian Lime. It is a super awesome citrusy fragrance that does have a little bit of earthiness to it. So I guess I can kind of see the comparisons or similarities to Aventus, but this is its own thing, man. This is awesome. And without a doubt, my favorite COVID time fragrance that I've purchased. I mean, I literally was wearing it while having COVID and couldn't smell it. But then once I could smell, I was like, man, this is even better than I remember. So anyway, from the house of Goldfield and Banks, the fragrance is Bohemian Lime. At number 2 is a fragrance that normally hits number 1 on my list, but this one, it just got knocked down because the fragrance that's at number 1 is just reminding me how much I love it, and I will continue to wear this sucker. It's just awesome. But before we get to that, this is another one that I picked up from the guys over at Perfumology. This one is from a very unique house called Juicebox, and just like Imaginary Authors and Olfactive Studios, they're based off of something else outside of fragrance, and this is based off of music. From the house of Juicebox, this is Feel and Chill. Like you can see, I've got a pretty good dent in this sucker. At least 1/3 of, maybe even about 1/3 of the bottle is gone. This is supposed to be based off of music around the time of like Sublime, 311, kind of just lay back, chill, smoke stuff that grows from the ground. This is what that was supposed to encapsulate. Different fragrances from the line do that. There's one called Black Powder, that's Nirvana. There's one that's based off of Queen's Freddie Mercury. There's one that's based off of Aretha Franklin, Amy Winehouse, Bob Dylan. The list goes on and on. This one was more based off of a genre of music. This is by far my favorite from the line. I own 5 of them. But this one is a watermelon and fig based fragrance. As you can see, fig's a big note for me. This is juicy, juicy, juicy. The best part about this is that the watermelon makes it even juicier than fig can be by itself. It pulls a little more of that earthiness away, kind of pushes it away and gets more on the juicier side of fig. This is a easy wear. This is so clean and pretty. This is just bright and juicy is the best way I can describe it. Bright and juicy. Watermelon and fig done really well. Anyway, from the house of Juice Box, this fragrance is called Feel and Chill. At number 1 is an altogether well-rounded, easy wear, every occasion fragrance, and in springtime and summertime it really shines. I've said this before and sometimes I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but I'm gonna say it again. If Versace wasn't so trash at their private line that they just released, which from what I've heard is just garbage, they would have released this, and this would be like Versace done niche. This is Versace Pour Homme, Versace Amano Fresh, that kind of vibe, Dylan Blue, those fragrances just done niche and done well. Done really elegant, refined, and just quality. From the house of Argos, at number 1 is Argos Pour Homme. They've released the Pour Homme in newer bottles. This is OG as they come. The liquid is even kind of yellowed a little bit. It's been sitting in that bottle for a long time. And as you can see, almost half the bottle is gone. I've got almost 300 bottles, folks. And I don't wear everything all the time. I've worn some stuff once, maybe twice. Some of them I haven't even worn at all. But this one, as you can see, I've clearly worn. The best way I can describe this fragrance to someone who's been to places like Vegas or high-end places like in the Bellagio or the Venetian and these higher end hotels, they pump these awesome fragrance oils into the air to make you feel invited and welcomed and make you want to stay. That's what this smells like, man. High end, clean, crisp, fresh. This is Versace going niche, man. This is easily, without a doubt, one of the easiest fragrances I've ever worn. And I think pretty much if you're a fragrance connoisseur and you were looking for something that would give you those vibes of those basic blue fragrances, but at a much higher quality and just overall better, this is the ticket. If you're interested in checking this one out, I've got reviews on it and every other fragrance from Argos. And if you want to check those out, I'll leave links in the description below. You should definitely check them out. And if you do, I do have a coupon code in there. It'll save you a little bit of money. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he also offers free shipping on orders of like $200 or more, which sounds like a lot, but for a niche fragrance, I mean, you're gonna pay a lot. Anyway, easily my number 1 fragrance from the niche realm this year for spring is none other than Argos Pour Homme. All right, folks, if you've made it to this point of the video, that leads me to believe you've enjoyed what you've seen. So if you did, please do consider subscribing. Show that you like the video by clicking the like button. And while you subscribe, click the notification bell. That way you will be the first to know when my videos are released. Go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. What are you going to wear this spring from the niche realm? What are some niche realm fragrances that are spring worthy that you love? Or what is your scent of the day? That works too. And as always, and most importantly, folks, I'll see and smell each and every one of you later. Peace.